Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Sun Talk Show. We are going to code Wolfram language on Advent of Code 2025, Day 6, Problem 1. Let me introduce my keyboards. Ultimate Hacking Keyboard 80, UHK 80. Search for YouTube. You will find my reviews and unboxing. Let's switch to my desktop screen. So this is what we're gonna do. Advent of Code 2025, Day 6. Okay, so on Wolfram language. So this is Advent of Code 2025 website. Let's go to, that's Day 5. Now let's do Day 6. By the way, I asked Guac AI about how long does it take to do Advent of Code. So usually on the early days, easier problem, it's about 1 or 2 hours. But in the medium difficulty problems, 2 to 4 hours. And for the last few days, it's more than 4 hours or several days. So it is not a trivial puzzle, programming puzzle, Advent of Code. So this is the Guac AI answer. Now that's for average programmers, experienced average programmers, but there are speed coding programmers. They, some of them solve in 10 minutes, like in some instance, solve it in 1 minute. That means it takes just 1 minute, even just to type the solution. So that's like almost impossible. Some of them are questionable, like cheating or using libraries designed for the Advent of Code. So those kind of things. So anyway, but they are very talented speed coders, which is very different from actual real world coders, because they are kind of different. So speed coders, so anyway, so I guess that's why they removed the leaderboard for the Advent of Code, global leaderboard. They said they removed it because there's abuse and so on. I don't really know the details, okay. Top competitors, historical record, global leadership, under 5 minutes, those are crazy. So anyway, so let's do Advent of Code. Okay, close, open that Sun Talk Show. So we're gonna write it in Wolfram language, the most advanced programming language. And if you don't know Wolfram language, about last week, we did a 1-hour introduction. Okay, so Wolfram language, you go to Sun Talk Show episode 731 there. So we spent 1 hour introduction on Wolfram language, but today you can just, so if you don't know about Wolfram language, go to my website, xali.info, just search for my name, Xali Wolfram language for programmers. You'll find complete tutorial from the ground up for programmers and a download link at wolfram.com/developer. So you can download the whole thing. That's like 4 or 5 gigabytes for free. Okay, and if you are watching this offline, play at 1.5 speed or twice as fast. If you are watching this live, if you are here, say hi. Love to see your comments, okay? Start Wolfram language and magnify 250, okay? So that's gonna be our code. Okay, we're just gonna go relaxed. I'm just gonna play with the this Advent of Code. So again, play it at twice as fast. Okay. So let's see. So it's day 6, so it might be a bit difficult. I don't know if I can finish it in 1 hour. Plus, I need to talk and explain things. So day 6, so day 6, yeah. So first of all, the Advent Code is the web design is fixed layout, extremely lousy. And also dark background, which is basically unreadable. And you can, as an evidence of that, you can see that when you are watching YouTube with some website with dark theme, white text, black background, became unreadable. So let's try it in Firefox, and so you can turn CSS off actually. So let me actually delete my history, browsing histories. Okay, so you go to view, page style, no style. Okay, it seems better. Okay, let's start to work on this. Okay, hello, suffer so late, day 6 or 7, day 6. I haven't done day 6, so day 6. Okay, is that right? Did I get confused? Yeah, last time is day 5. Today is day 6. Okay, so let's see. Day 6, trash compactor. After helping the elves in the kitchen, you were taking a break and helping them reenact a movie scene when you over-enthusiastically jumped into the garbage chute. A brief fall later, you find yourself in a garbage smasher. Unfortunately, the door's been magnetically sealed. As you try to find out a way out, you are approached by a family of cephalopods. You are pretty sure they can get the door open, but it will take some time. While you wait, they are curious if you can help the youngest cephalopod with her math homework. Okay, some interesting background. What is cephalopod? Cephalopod. What is this? Oh, some kind of squid. Cephalopod is any member of a molluscan class. Okay, squid, octopus, cuttlefish, nautilus. Okay, so you got this cephalopod. They can help you, and you need to help with their homework. So let's see. You see, they link to math homework. So what exactly is it? Let's see. Advent of Code 2021. Okay, go back. Cephalopod, cephalopod. Excuse me, some lingering cough. Cephalopod math doesn't look like that different from okay. Sorry, we are wasting time here. Cephalopod math doesn't look that different from normal math. The math worksheet, your puzzle input, consists of a list of problems. Each problem has a group of numbers that needs to be either added or multiplied together. So a bunch of numbers, each line is a bunch of numbers. You either need to add them or multiply. However, the problems are arranged a little strangely. They seem to be presented next to each other in a very long horizontal list, for example. Okay. Each problem's numbers are arranged vertically. At the bottom of the problem is a symbol for the operations that needs to be performed. Okay. So instead of horizontal columns by column or line by line, you have like vertical. In that case, you just do a matrix transpose that will reorient it. Okay, the bottom of the problem is the symbol for the operation that needs to be performed. Problems are separated by a full column of only spaces. Okay, the left-right alignment of numbers within each problem can be ignored. Okay, so that means you trim white space. When you get a number which is string, there are white space around it. You remove them. like the typical programming solution. That's what you do. You call trim or chop function. So this worksheet contains 4 problems, 1, 2, 3 times 45 times 6. There it is, the first column. Then the second column, okay, then the third column, something, something plus or multiply. Then the fourth column is plus sum of 3 numbers. To check their work, cephalopod students are given the grand total of adding together all of the answers to the individual problems. In this worksheet, the grand total is 33210 plus 490 plus big number plus something, then equals to that, okay? Of course, the actual worksheet is much wider, okay? So you got lots of columns. You'll need to make sure to unroll it completely so that you can read the problems clearly. That means the long line formatting, okay? To play, please identify yourself. Okay, solve the problem on the math worksheet. What is the grand total found by adding together all the answers to the individual problems? Okay, this is a very trivial problem. So all you have to do is turn the input text into a matrix. Then you just do a matrix transposition. That will invert it. I mean, that will transpose, so-called transpose, or you can kind of think of it as invert, but actually no, because invert in matrix means something else. So transpose just means you swap the columns with the rows. So columns becomes rows, rows become columns, okay? That's called transposition in matrix if you have studied linear algebra. So in basically every programming language, well, not every, but in most programming language that has that function, you just need to load linear algebra. In Wolfram language, it's built in, of course. Okay, so where is my Wolfram? So let's make this go here and let's put that here. So, so that's trivial. That's a very trivial problem. So let's copy the input, okay? But first of all, let's get the user input. What is my custom input? Get your personal input. So select all, copy, close that, back to Emacs, search for txt. So advanced of code. I already prepared this file. Paste it. Did I not copy it? Select all, copy. Okay, cut. You cannot cut, so you have to do. Okay, what? So that's one line. That's one line. That's right. The operations are all at the bottom. And notice that they have extra white space in the last line. Interesting. But anyway, save it. Close it. Okay. So close that. So, and let's copy the toy sample input. So let's start code. All right. Start coding. So far, so good. Say hi, guys. Okay. So let's say start a Wolfram language, paste the input, and here say solution. Markup. Okay. Pop out. And X input, as usual, we make this whole thing into a string. That means supposedly. Okay, so that's a string. So all you have to, first of all, you turn this into a matrix. We done that multiple times in advanced of code, because advanced of code, they liked this kind of like maze input, a bunch of numbers, like they treat a list of lines of numbers as some kind of matrix or a maze. So you have to actually navigate. So that's very common phenomenon. That's a very common situation in advanced code. So in day 5, we turned it into a matrix. So we need to turn a bunch of numbers into a matrix by, excuse me, by where's this code? So yeah, so basically some code like that. You know, we can do it on the fly. So, okay, let's do it on the fly. Okay, let me just start to code it. Say hi. Okay, say hi if you are here. So first, turn it into a matrix. Turn the text block into a matrix of numbers. Okay, because we deal with numbers except the last row. Remain string. Okay. Okay. So let's do it. String split by default, they split on any white space. So we need to say we don't want any white space. We want just the line ending. Okay. So you split that. So here is your input. You split that, so that becomes list of lines. Then you map each line. You map each line by split again. So you map, okay? Map takes a function, something, we'll write it here, okay? A function, something that will involve that, okay? Then the second argument is this input. We already split, that's a list of lines, okay? Now, what is the function? The function will do, it takes each line. This is a line. Let's make it clear. Line is the parameter. Okay, so it takes a line. Then what you do with the line, you split by you split by white space, which is a default. Okay. Okay. Then you have the question about this last line. Okay. So for example, so you split into lines. Then what you have to do is that you have to turn it. You need to turn it into expression. So function lines, then to expression. Okay, that will turn everything into expression. In fact, we can run it. Okay, now when you do this, the interesting thing is to observe what will happen to the last line, because all the other lines are just numbers. When you do to expression to a list of numbers, they turn the string into numbers. So those are strings. But what happens when you do to expression to these kind of symbols? Let's see. We can try it out. Okay, so to expression, that's the way similar in other languages of string to number. Okay, so we can try what happens with this. Okay, we can run it here, run and show the output. Now let's have some red wine and apple juice. Okay, you can see invalid. So when you are given a list of these operators, Wolfram language will say invalid. They cannot turn that into expression. In other words, they cannot interpret it. It doesn't know what to do with this. So so when you do to expression, you cannot do it here. You have to omit. You cannot apply to the last one. Okay, so let me just do this. Okay, so let's do this quickly. X input list. Okay, so that will turn it into a list. Okay, so just run it, you'll see. So that's what we got. Each one of these are actually strings. Okay, wait. No, you got it should be a nested list, not one single. So did we annoying. Okay, so let me just do this again. Okay, so what happens to what you get? Oh, this is not slash, it should be backslash. So my coding error, okay, slash and backslash. So this is backslash, that key. Okay, now do it. There it is, and beautiful. Now you need to turn this. Now turn them from string to number, except the last line. Okay. Okay, so what do you do? So so let's do, so hello world only used to be more a few years ago, were only 3 viewers, used to be more. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the situation. Well, anyway, so you guys, you can introduce yourself, you know, where you from, like are you a student coders, or are you a professional or mathematicians or whatever. So you can like help the channel, you know, the busier the chat, the better. I don't do advertising, I don't do memes, I don't do like new discovery, whatever, that drama shit. Okay, so anyway, we now we turn them from string to number, okay, except the last line. Okay, easy. Okay, so we can do okay, let's take the last expression of that and drop. Drop means remove element. Okay, that will return everything except the last line, and you just say to expression. Okay, then the last input list, okay, so before we do this, let's transpose it. Okay, that's the heart of the solution. Okay, that is just like that. We'll just do it. That basically solve the problem. Yeah, we haven't. Okay, we need to select or paste, shift enter. So you got a matrix of strings. Each element is a string, and all you have to do is transpose. Transpose input list. Shift enter. Can you see that? That's beautiful. After this point, it's trivial. Okay. Then you can do is then you now now you need to well, before you transpose, actually we want to remove. Okay, so let's remove the operations. So let's do this. Okay, operator list equals to there. So operator list equals to the last row. Okay, we didn't do transpose yet. Okay, we did not do transpose yet, so this is the last row. So operator list is the last row. Then numbers list. Okay, so let's say number list in let's say number matrix equals to that. Okay, superb. Then you want to transpose the numbers. Okay, so actually, so number matrix equals to drop the last row, then you do a transpose, then you do two expression. Okay, so this is beautiful. Copy all. Copy all. Back to Wolfram notebook. Select all. Paste. Shift Enter. Back. We got some error somewhere. What? Well, drop. Oh yeah. So this needs to be input list, not easy, because this is the input, and the input list is a matrix. So let's change the name. Input list x input string matrix. Just make it like obvious. Okay, close it, reopen, highlight that, so you can see all the variables. Copy it to Wolfram language, select all, paste, shift enter. So now you can query x operation list, shift enter. Fantastic, each one is a string. Now x number matrix, shift enter. Fantastic. Did we already transpose it? Yes. Okay, so you just for the first row you just apply multiplication. For the second row you just apply the corresponding to the operators. Trivial. Okay, so let me just do it. Map thread. Okay, there's a function map thread, takes two arguments, a function there, and the second argument is list 1, list 2. It will map f to the first element of the first list and first element of the second list, then map to the second element of their list, and so on. So what we do is map a function. We write a function here. Okay, then list 1 is x number matrix. Okay, list 2 is x operation list. Fantastic. Okay, and what is the expression? It needs two arguments. So so the first argument is a row of numbers. The second argument is ops, operator. Okay, so exactly what does it do? That's this part expression. Okay, so what is the expression? So what you want to do is you want to apply depending on what this so it depends on what that string is. So if x ops equals to plus, actually we can simplify this, because in Wolfram language this multiplication and plus are represented by a function. Why don't we do that? Yeah, okay, let's not jump around. Let's just keep doing this. Okay, So if the operation is the plus sign, then you just total. Total is a function. You apply total to the num row. Okay, so what you can do is, yeah, that will work. Num row. Okay, so let's try that out. So 3, 4, run it. 7, fantastic and beautiful. Okay, so that works. Now if it's not plus, it's either plus or multiply. So if it's not plus, then you just do times. Okay, time is a function, times at num row. Okay, now let's test times. 3, 4, run it. Okay, so that won't work. Why? Because instead you have to do this. Okay, I can show you. Okay, add. That will work. Okay, now you see 12. Now what does this mean exactly? Well, what that add is a shortcut syntax. So what that add actually means is this: apply times. It actually means that. Okay, so yeah, so if we run this, you'll get 12. Okay, run it. So that's some examples. Let's comment it out. I mean, let's comment it so people know what we're doing. Shortcut syntax for that. Okay, so let's cut that. Go back to talk show, and let's put example here so that people know what we, what's that cryptic add. Okay, now back here. So here we just say add. Okay, so if it's plus sign, then do the total, else do the times. Okay, so should we yeah, okay, let's use the more universal syntax so people understand better, not the shortcut syntax. Okay, apply times to num row. Okay, and in fact this total you can actually do total you can actually do, let me show you. Okay, total 3, 4, you can actually write it as plus that. Okay, so for example, run it. 7, and you apply plus to that, you get 7 too. So that's another convenience. So cut it, go back to the talk show. Let's put it into an example so people know what you're doing. Okay, so now go back to our code, and in fact, let's be more consistent. Let's just use apply plus apply times. Okay, so if it's plus sign, then do plus, otherwise just do times. Okay, then the ops, yeah, so that's it. That's the function. Let's see, that's a function. You map thread to that, then you just total them all together. Okay, I believe that's a whole solution. Let's double check one more time. That's a complete solution. Let's look up map thread documentation. Okay, yep, that's what we want. Okay, so actually you need them to be in one list. Yeah, so okay, so error here. So these two things needs to be in one single list. Are you Sure, yes. Can we run it? Yes. Run the whole thing. There is the number 4276679. I think that is correct. Did we 4277556? What? Okay, that is not correct. Jesus. What? That is not correct. Okay, we need to be careful here. So we got a wrong solution. So let's run this in Wolfram language so you can see 4276679, which is not correct because the correct answer is 4277556. Now, what the fuck? What could be wrong? I don't know. Any comments? Comments, guys. Okay. So what the fuck is wrong here? So let's see. So that is supposed the correct solution. Did we get anything wrong? 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 8. Oh, we didn't. What? Did we do transposition? Yes, we did. Transpose. What? Let's see what is the drop syntax. Give a list with its last n element dropped. So that is correct. So instead of drop, you can say most. You can actually say most because most will just drop the last element. You see? So make it simpler. Okay, and most is added to Wolfram language when 2003. Okay, that's good. I don't want use functions that are too new. Okay, so this okay, let's double check. What is the fuck is going on? Copy all, go to Wolfram Notepad, select all, paste, run it, and set tag plus is protected. Did we have a syntax error somewhere? What? Okay, I don't know. So there is something wrong here. Now, what is my X operator list? Okay. And what is my X number matrix? Shift enter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's correct. Okay. You need to make sure. So, check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Then you got 328, 64, 98. 328, 64, 98. Correct. Then you got 51387 215. 51387 215. That's correct. I think I know what's going on. Then you got 64, 23, 314, 64, 23, 314. That's correct. So what is going on is that we forgot to trim. Did we forget to trim this? This operation. So did we forget string split? Wait. So this we didn't. I don't think we forgot anything. So each one of these is a string. Okay. So for example, first at operation list, use slash string q. Slash is a postfix notation. So we apply string q, means is it a string? True. Okay. And we can, so let's just do this. Okay. String q map x operation list. It's all string, and then you can do length. I think they are all 1. Okay. Paste, shift enter. What? Oh, you need string length. Okay. String length. Okay. God, stupid. Shift enter. 1111. So we made sure that this actually each one is a string. So what is going on? So you what is going on? Oh, this part stupid. I said plus 3 4. Obviously. Oh God. Okay, so that fixed it. Okay, so let's copy the whole thing. Go to Wolfram language, select all, paste it, shift enter. 4 277 556. 4 277 556. That is correct. Okay, we solved it. So let's remove this shit. Remove. Run the whole thing using Wolfram mode. Okay, so there is a solution, correct solution. Okay, so let's put it back. So let's make sure our comment is still correct. First, turn the text block into a matrix of numbers except the last row remains string. Okay, so let's make it better. Okay, matrix of strings. Okay, we turn it into a matrix of strings, then extract the last row as operator strings list of. Okay, extract the last row as list of operator strings. Okay, now turn the top rows from string to number. Turn the top rows, first of all, transpose the top rows, then turn them from string to number. That's what this does. Okay, this line. Okay, then you just then that's it. Okay, perfect. Now put it back. Cut it. Wait. Okay, cut it. Paste and paste one more time. Syntax color the whole page. Show in browser. So we finished today's talk show, but we need to do our personal input. But before we do personal input, well, actually, let's just do personal input. Okay. So search for txt there, open it, copy it, close it. Okay, then go to here, then select all. Wait, actually, select inside the string, paste it. So we got now a gigantuan. Let's remove the last blank line. Okay, a gigantuan text. Okay. So go to the bottom. We just do like before. Run it. Just run the whole thing. Okay, that's our solution. Cut. Are you sure? Yes. Paste it. Enter. That is the right answer. Congratulations. Congratulate me, guys. Solution obtained. Okay, now we can do some cleanup. Why? Because so that it looks better. You know, the whole thing can be just one single line. Yeah, so you know, so let's make it one single line. Okay. Let me just do it. Okay. Remove all the comments, remove all the comments, remove all the comments. I know what I'm doing, so I don't need all these comments. So that's the input. So let's turn them into the shortest code possible. Okay. Okay, so one single line. We removed one variable, and we're gonna remove these two variables too. Yep, just delete it. Delete it. Okay, and what is this? Yeah, so this input is just here. Okay. Okay, so we can run it. Error. Okay, so we got. So hold on a second. We can fix this. No worries. So that is correct. So this is correct. And why is the whole thing not correct? I don't understand. Why are you returning that shit? Ah, shit. Okay, so you got the order you got the orders wrong. Okay, so this part this part needs to go here. That's why. Simple error. Okay, so simple error. Run it. There it is. Okay, so remove. Okay, we simplified the whole problem into this. Now it can be further simplified. Okay, shall we do it? Yeah, why not? So first of all, put it back, cut, make a copy, syntax color the whole buffer, pop the copy out, and let's improve on this. Okay, let's replace string replace. Yeah, so in fact, the whole thing can be done. God, so trivially. Okay, that's gonna replace the operators by Wolfram language's function for plus and times. And okay, so actually, the input is annoying. It would be better if you move it out. It doesn't distract the elegance of the program if you move the input out. So, okay, so you rotate, right? Okay, so you rotate right. Okay, let me just do this. Okay, copy. So you got that. So you have that. You rotate right. Okay, let me try something. To expression plus 3. Does it work? No. But we can make it work. Okay, so not difficult. Okay, fantastic. Now let's try this. Fantastic. Okay, so so all we have to do is to expression and that whole thing. Okay, then we don't even need to deal with this taking them apart. And to expression the whole thing, then we just map. Okay, we don't even map thread. Okay, map something to that. And what is the function? Here it is. Apply the first element to rest. Okay, I think that's it. So let's comment this out. And I think this is our new code, much shorter. Just this. Okay. Yes, so hold on a second. Let's delete that. Okay, so actually just that input, then that. Okay, let's try this in Wolfram language. Notebook. Paste it. Shift enter. Invalid syntax. Okay, I fucked up somewhere. Back to the drawing board. Okay. Oh yeah, first X, obviously. Okay. Copy. Paste. Shift enter. Ah, fuck. What's going on? Okay, so we need to try this. So what? Why are we getting errors? Two expression, invalid syntax in or before. No, two expression. What's wrong with the two expression? Let's try. Let's see what's this. You see, that's what we get. And oh, you forgot to replace. Oh, you forgot to replace. That's why. Yeah, you forgot to replace. You know. Wait. String replace. Okay. Oh shit, we deleted our code, didn't we? Refresh. Did we delete our string replace? Let's type it again. So something first sign replaced by first symbol and multiply sign replaced by times symbol. Okay, and what do you want to replace this on? You can do this in the string. Yep. So you can even do it this before and not there. Okay, so there. Okay, so let's copy it again. Copy back to Wolfram Notepad, notebook, paste, shift enter. Yeah. Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go, guys. My wife is back. Okay, let me quickly finish this. Anyone here? Nobody here. So okay. So let me quickly finish this. Okay, so so input, replace that by times, then split. Then what you do? Then you yeah, that should get you what you want. So shift enter. Yeah. What are we doing? God, okay. Oh, this is wrong. Why is it wrong? Oh, you can't, when it's string, you cannot replace it by yeah, it's a string. You cannot replace part of the string into a symbol. That is why. So yeah, okay, so you just need to put them into a string. Okay, so now paste it, shift enter. That's much better. Now copy the whole thing. Actually, just copy that and paste it, shift enter. Okay, so something's wrong. Okay, so two expressions, copy that, Copy, paste. What do we get? Yes. And those are, so that, let's see, first in first is times. It's a symbol, I believe. No. What? So it's not a string. It's not symbols either. What the fuck is that? Times, yes. Shit. A little. Hello, bro. No, what exactly is that thing? Oh, symbol Q. What? No, what is symbol Q? It's undefined function. We got a typo, that's why. Now, isn't that symbol Q that's supposed to check if okay, I'm almost done. Okay, we already solved the problem, but we are trying to shorten it significantly. So symbol operation isn't is there a function called symbol Q? No, I assume it's just correct. Okay, so why can't you just map it? So the problem is here, okay? Seven? Correct. Oh, except the first one. Yeah, stupid, because, yeah, I know why. 8. So why can't we just do it here? Did we transpose? We forgot to transpose. Fucking idiotic. We forgot to transpose, that's why. Jesus. Double check to make sure. That's right. So here is our solution. Paste it, shift enter. That's right. And just do a total on it. Okay, so delete that. So now run it. Here is a solution. Is that correct? Yes. Fantastic and beautiful. So our whole code shortened to this one, okay? Fantastic and beautiful. Okay. Fantastic and beautiful. Copy, paste. Now let's use the custom input just to be sure that our code can still work on the custom input. Yeah, here, backup, do it. Select that, do it, run it. Okay, so here is the answer. Now delete that, put the code back, and search for that number. There it is. Okay, so that is correct. Syntax color the whole page showing browser. So this is today's fruit. I hope you guys learned something. 3 watching, but it's at the top. But it would elite. Thank you. So fantastic. Okay, Advent of Code 2025, day 6, problem 1. We coded, we explained some syntax shortcuts, and here is our complete solution. We break it down by example into parts. Then we solved our personal input, this huge number of numbers, okay? But now, so we solved it, so 663 something, okay? But now we compact the code. We actually changed our algorithm to use Wolfram's supreme solution. Actually, this part is repeated. Okay, we use this one, so this part is repeated. Let me remove it. Okay, so yeah, I think that part is repeated. So refresh, yeah, remove that. So we compact the code into this like one line solution. It's fantastic and beautiful. You see, first of all, do a string replacement, a plus sign to plus and multiplication sign to times. Okay, that's string replace. Then we split them. We turn it into a matrix function split string. Okay, by the white space. Then so we got the list of we got a matrix of strings. Okay, then we rotate right. So that means the symbols, the bottom row of symbols now goes to the top. Okay, then we do two expression that converts the entire string of the matrix of strings to matrix of numbers. Okay, then we do a transpose so that now the top row was a row of operators. Now we do a transpose so that the row of operators becomes the first column. Then we got, each row start with a operator, then a bunch of numbers. Then you just apply the function to each row. So apply the first element is operator, apply it to the rest of the elements. In fact, this can be shortened. And anyway, then we just total it. Okay, so it's like a fantastic one-line solution. I will say this is the shortest possible in any programming language. Okay, if you are into advanced code, try to find a language. Julia, Python, Haskell, advanced programming language like and Common Lisp, Scheme Lisp, NIM, Rust, whatever. Okay, I believe now including APL. Yeah, you can include APL actually. I believe this is the shortest code possible in all programming languages by the token count. You don't want to count, the function names because obviously if you're, that doesn't really matter. You want to count the tokens. So I believe this is the shortest code of all programming languages. Okay, bye guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you like my stuff, go to my talk show, xali.info. Go to my xali.info homepage. Go all the way down. PayPal me, Patreon me, Amazon gift card me. Okay. Thank you guys. Bye. We shut down in 1 minute. So we got 3 watching. Elite. We got the elitist mathematicians, coders watching. Fantastic. Okay, we solved it. Fantastic. So anything else? Let's see. Yeah, did we not include that? Do we have that? Make sure we don't want to delete it by mistake. Oh, actually, we want it back because that's a compact version. Okay, the compact version of our first solution. Okay, showing browser. Okay, so bye. Close. Stop streaming.